每年农历3月初3是对歌的正日子，那时更多的当地阿哥阿姐都会来宝峰湖上泛舟，通过对歌表达友谊和爱慕。武陵源有100多个岩洞，其中开发最好的就要数黄龙洞了。黄龙洞内有一条地下阴河，叫响水河，全长3公里，现在开发的只有800米。乘船前行，两岸岩壁石笋若明若暗，如诗如画，神秘莫测。在洞里已有人工砌成的步行道供游客行走，它时高时低，时东时西，像蜘蛛网一样互相穿错。从最低层的水面到最高层洞顶，时间落差达100多米。只要你仔细观察，在一些昏暗的灯光下，这里居然还长着一些植物。据专家考证，植物种子可能是由水从高山上冲落下来的，但也可能是洞里的小动物带进来的。这里灯光代替了阳光，在有限的光合作用下，一些植物还是能够慢慢生长的。黄龙洞被地质权威人士公认为国内规模最大、内容最全、景色最美的溶洞全能冠军。洞体宏大深远，共有4层，长约7.6公里，面积达到10万多平方米。现已探明有13个大厅、96条长廊，洞内有瀑布、地下河以及无法计数的石笋、石柱、石花等等奇观，千姿百态。在所有钟乳石中，又以定海神针和龙王宝座最为惊奇。定海神针凭着近1000万年的滴水，竟滴出了高达19.2米、直径10厘米、通体透明、直抵宫顶。因为定海神针还在生长，两头粗，中间细，管理当局在1998年为它进行了投保，保额1亿元人民币，开创了为世界自然遗产局部景观投保的先河。这个在1983年被当地民兵发现的溶洞被誉为国宝。我原想溶洞不过就是溶洞罢了，全国可供游览的溶洞不下100几十个，再奇异的钟乳石也只是人们的刻意形容，但黄龙洞的恢宏气势却实在有点超出人们的想象了。天门山位于张家界市南面，距市区仅8公里，是张家界地区最早载入史册的名山。天门山因天门洞而名。据史载，三国时期即公元263年，天门洞轰然中开，被吴帝孙修视为吉兆，天门山因而得名。天门山主峰海拔1518.6米，平均海拔1400米以上。1992年7月被批准为国家森林公园，面积达190多平方公里，同时也是国家地质公园和湖南省旅游名胜区。天门山经历了地质史上多次造山运动，再加上亿万年风雨剥蚀，形成了凌空独尊、举世罕见的喀斯特台形地貌，山势陡绝，景象变幻万千。山顶保存着较为完整的原始次森林，植物资源丰富，有着罕见的原始高山拱桐群落，处处藤蔓缭绕，古木参天，石笋石崖密布。 1999年，多名世界飞行大师驾机飞越天门洞的壮举一度为世人瞩目。而2006年3月17日在此进行的俄罗斯空军特级飞行表演，使天门山又一次成为世人关注的焦点。坐落在丽水上游毛岩河畔的苦竹寨，在明清时期曾经繁华一时。苦竹寨现在的居民不多，大部分的年轻人已经外出打工，留下了老人和孩子。在水运发达的年代，这里出现了不少的富商，从沿街而建的大房子就能看出当年的繁华。据说，在这里的鼎盛时期，本地的木材、中草药、山货等等，都依靠船只运出去，而外面的农产品、纺织品等等，也依靠船只送进来。只是到了20世纪初，这一带闹起了土匪，船只不敢通行，才逐渐的衰落下来。
3000守望着千年的神秘，秀水八百，闪耀着童话的光芒，火火耶，火火耶，美丽的张家界，有我的梦想。神奇的张家界， 是山的王国，云的故乡，云的故乡。情梦里，又融在心上。满山的鸽子花，张开那可爱的翅膀，不老的歌谣，化作那瀑布在歌唱。火火耶，火火耶，美丽的张家界，有我的梦想，神奇的张家界，有我的渴望。风儿那个告诉我，鸟儿那个告诉我，这里是山的王国，云的故乡，云的故乡。
The amazing work done by nature gives here eye-pleasing color and landscape. Plentiful rain and modest temperature of subtropics give here flourish plants. Here there are craggy and topping mountains and sequestered barrancles. Brooks, lakes, and silver waterfalls gather around trees and mountains. They are old and simple rurality and unique local culture. Houses are built on mountains, and people live at waterside poetically, which like great painting drawn by art master. It is Wulingyuan, which is named as Chinese Xanadu by ancient Chinese. Wulingyuan scenic spot lies in the northwest of Hunan province. It is a core scenic spot of Zhangjiajie city. Because it has outstanding geological structure, complete biological system, and splendid climes, in December 1992, it is listed by UNESCO in World Heritage List and become the nature heritage of all human beings. In March 2003, it is even dubbed by UN a World Geological Park and become one of the first World Geologic Parks in China. Wulingyuan in spring has a place full of nimbus. Every mountain and raceway all mirror fancy color. The landscape, like Chinese watch painting, even shows itself in unique artistic conception. It is not sure since when in most scenic spots of Wulingyuan there are legends behind them. Some of the legends are part of history, some are myths which are hard to tell true or not. They accompany those magical and elaborate sceneries. They depend on each other like shadow never leaves body. As time goes by, visitors that come here won't care whether those legends are true or not. The legend of Tianzi Mountain goes like this. In the Hongwu age in Ming Dynasty, the leader of Tujia folk fought against those magnates, and he names himself as Xiangwang Tianzi and established shark cages villages around Tianzi Mountain. However, this revolt soon be repressed by national troops of Ming Dynasty.
To commemorate him, the local people named those places he once lived and fought in as Tianzi. That's how the mountain gets the name Tianzi. Tianzi Mountain Nature Reserve lies in the northwest part of Wulingyuan Scenic Spot and occupies nearly 100 square kilometers. The summit of it is at an elevation of more than 1,200 meters above sea level, which is also the top of the whole Wulingyuan. Because Tianzi Mountain is high, people can enjoy the scenery from three sides of it, east, south, and west. The visiting way around the mountain is as long as 45 kilometers, and is the best way of visiting Wulingyuan. There are a lot of different clouds of Tianzi Mountain. Some like fog, some like sea, and some like sea waves, hills and cotton, etc. Cloud fog is most marvelous celestial phenomenon which is most frequently appear in Tianzi Mountain. In the fresh fine day after a long rain or in drizzles, thin and big fog appears firstly, and then it forms clouds which flows around the mountains. The mountains appear and disappear now and then in boundless cloud sea, and makes people feel they are in fairyland. After enjoying the sea clouds of Tianzi Mountain, Helong Park is also a scenic spot that worth us to pay a visit. Helong is one of the founders of People's Republic of China and People's Revolution Army. He was born at the west side of Tianzi Mountain, Zhangjiajie town, Zhangjiajie city. During the Revolution War, General Helong and General Ren Bishi also fought against Kuomintang troops at the areas around Tianzi Mountain.
By hard bush fighting, to commemorate him, the local government built his park on Tianzi Park. The bronze of Helong is 6.5 meters tall and as heavy as 9.3 tons. This bronze accompanies with the beautiful scenery of Wulingyuan, grandeur and harmonious. In Helong Park, there is an observatory about 100 square meters. Standing on it, you can see pines and cypresses grow thrively around. Abysses below, and all the valleys and mountains are right under your feet. Those sandstone mountains of Wulingyuan can be treated as the key of those marvelous spectacles. According to the experts, there are 3,103 sandstone mountains of Wulingyuan. Nature, just like an outstanding sculpture master, chisels every mountain here. None of the mountains are not lifelike. They are all vivid, visual, and breathing. Said by the local people that clouds and fogs of Tianzi Mountain are full of spirit. They will present regular change of different seasons. Fogs are thin in spring, thick in summer, high in fall, and low in winter. It seems that after visiting spring fog, we will still have to come back in summer, fall, and winter. The Yubi Mountain, which locates at the west side of Tianzi of Tianzi Mountain, is among the quartzitic mountains of Wulingyuan, the most representative one.
There is an array of 6 stone pillars on the mountain. Every stone pillar is about 100 meters tall, just as straight and sharp as a pen. It is created by the amazing nature, and the actual reason that forms it is weatherance, breaking down and cutting.
A local people related to the legend of Xiangwang Tianzi.
They say after Xiangwang Tianzi sacrificed, its pen changes into a stone mountain and got him by the Shentang Bay. The Shentang Bay lies on Tianzi Mountain.
It's a forbidden area of Wulingyuan.
This concavity deep valley is more than 150 mu. Around the valley, there are cliffs as high as 100 jiang and jungles at the bottom. After entering Shentang Bay, there's no way to go. The clinker-built mountains from 9 levels, and the local people say man will lose part of his guts as climbing down every level.
According to the local Wuling diary,
Xiang Wang Tianzi, the Dujia leader of revolt troops in Qing dynasty, failed because their troops were small and weak. He was beaten and fell in the deep valley.
Since then, from the bottom of Shentang Valley, it can always be heard of the sound of horse and yelling of men. The beautiful and solemn legend adds mysterious color to Shentang Bay, and also attract many bright and brave men to make a venture there riskily. But till now, there is still no pathfinder comes back successfully. The sounds pass from the valley. Some says it's animal sound,
while others say the stones of Shentang Bay has magnetism and record the sound of wild wind storms, thunder and lightning.
And under certain conditions, those sounds are released. Some even say the reason why the Shentang Bay kills people is malaria, so that nobody dare to come to it during hundreds of years. However, all I hear today is howling wind. West Sea is a valley-like crowd of valleys and hills. The stone peaks here are various, like a peculiar stone forest sea. Thousands of peaks over peaks composed a splendid painting. Every time when rain stops, sun goes out, and clouds fall like waves. The scenery is really significant. Sometimes there also appear sort of irregular clouds, which is a temporary phenomenon caused by irregular rain. This kind of cloud, sometimes like the wall fire, rise straightly from the cliff of stone forest. Some, like rolling waves, appear around the ridges. While the peak and foot of the mountains are clear, sometimes they gather about people's heads and forms thick, dark and enormous smoky clouds, which covers all rays in sky.
Then soon, the sun comes out again and shines brightly. The summits of all peaks appear above the cloud sea, like golden filaments floating among the clouds and fogs. It makes people can't help recalling the poem, "There is a fairy mountain above the sea, which is hidden in clouds and fogs." After the clouds and fogs fade, right under the West Sea, peaks are covered with thriving trees. Awesome peaks rise into the sky to overlook as far as you can, and you will watch all the scenery of Tianzi Mountain.
In Wulingyuan, if you want to enjoy from every aspect the unparalleled landscape here, you must choose different angles and time. To enjoy the sandstone peak forest, the Grand View gazebo is a good choice. Although there is a bit chilly on the morning of fall in Tianzi Mountain, when sun rises from Orient, you overlook and can watch all of the hundreds of beautiful peaks of Tianzi Mountain, and it will definitely make people sigh with emotion of the amazing work of nature and the grand view in the world created by God.
Didi Bridge is also named as Zisheng Bridge, which is a red sandstone. It is about 1 meter thick and 2 to 3 meters wide, but the location of it is 60 to 70 meters away from the bottom of valley. This bridge is like a single hull bridge which is cut by falchions and axes, and it is 100% inartificial.
It is also an important scenery spot of Tianzi Mountain. Looking down from the Didi Bridge will make people dazzle, and also there is no handrail on the bridge, so it's better that people don't walk on the bridge. The beautiful landscape of Wulingyuan seems not bringing people here convenience of working and living. Like farmers of other areas of China, the people live here from generation to generation. Tillage and harvest are their life of a year and another. Life of a year and another affected by the geologic environment. The farmland here is rather in short, so they have to plant their own rice to the high mountains, which is several kilometers away or more than 10 kilometers away from their homes. On the top of the mountains, which have not developed to peak forest, net-like rice lands are formed. This land, which is only 7 ha, are heaved to half-sky by the mountains. The rim of it is steep valley and as deep as no one can see the bottom. So the grand sky farmland are formed, which is also the unique farm scenery. After feeding in the sandstone peak forest in Tianzi Mountain, the magic of the first day of sunlight, going to make a venture of the mysterious Wulong stockaded village is a nice choice.
Wulong Village is also called Heilong Village. In legend, it is said to have relationship with banditai at that time. It is said at the period of the end of Ming Dynasty and the beginning of Qing Dynasty, many banditai make their citadels here. There are 3 toll gates in Wulong Village. The first name is Sorry, and it is indeed difficult to pass, and you even don't know what the next 2 will like.
Wulong Village, famous for its ruggedness and is as high as more than 300 meters. Around it are all cliffs, and it is one of the top 4 villages in Zhangjiajie. After entering it, the sandstone peaks are significant, and the magnificent sceneries are all in your eyes. To climb up the top of Wulong Village, only by this about 1 kilometer, one path to arrive. There are 3 hills on the top of the village, which occupies 30,000 square kilometers. Here, you can still find some vestiges left by bandits. I don't want to trace back what has happened here before. But the scenery here makes me acclaim as the peak of perfection. Rugged hypsography and steep cliffs, one godhold that nobody can break into, is fully represented here. World Top Bridge is an inartificial bridge. It files across 2 peaks. The bridge is 3 meters wide, 5 meters thick, and 50 meters long. The comparable height is almost 400 meters, and it is a natural miracle that you can't miss. World Top Bridge belongs to a special type of sandstone peaks physiognomy. Some of the rocks under the bridge are collapsed by the weathering effect of flowing water, while because of huge and solid rock spot, rocks on the bridge form the side of half ridge and half man.
Bailong touring elevator is an important touring elevator tool Zhangjiajie constructs these years. It is a 100% exposure touring elevator which links to the forest park, and the vertical height of it 335 meters.